Welcome to Friday evening's Sunset News broadcast. We hope you had a wonderful week and can now put your feet up and relax with Sunset News. As always, we bring you news, weather, economic indicators, and so much more. Now for our first story, we go to Oshakati. Northern businessman Sindano Hango was this morning sentenced to 15 years in jail in the Oshakati Regional Court for raping his cousin in 2014. He was initially acquitted, but the Oshakati High Court convicted him in February 2021 after the state appealed the acquittal. Hango has put up a formidable fight and blamed an array of people and institutions, including the media, for his conviction, hoping to escape a heavy sentence. Magistrate Leopold Hangalo said he did not find a substantial reason to warrant a lesser sentence. Katima Mulilo Urban Constituency Councillor Kennedy Simasiku has been criminally charged by his former employer, the Road Fund Administration, after he allegedly stole 85,000 Namibian dollars from the company to fund his political campaign last year. Simasiku worked as RFA's head of the Ngoma border post in the Zambezi region until he resigned last year to take up the position of regional councillor on a SWAPO ticket. The RFA yesterday confirmed that it opened a criminal case against Simasiku, who has since paid back 50,000 Namibian dollars of the stolen money. Now, the National Petroleum Corporation of Namibia today described the recent announcement of another oil find off the Namibian coast as proof of the country's hydrocarbon potential. Managing Director Emmanuel Mulunga emphasized the role that black gold can play in future prosperity. Government recently emphasized that the commercial viability of the deposit remains to be seen. NAMCO, Shell Namibia, Upstream and Qatar Energy found light oil at the Graph 1 well 270 kilometers offshore from Oranjemund. NAMCO says extensive laboratory analysis will be done to determine the reservoir quality and potential flow rates. NAMCO also supports the controversial search for oil in the Kavango by Canadian company Recon Africa. A man convicted to nearly 3 decades in prison for the 2019 kidnapping and rape of a woman in Windhoek has failed in his bid to have the conviction and sentence overturned. Bradley Coleman's appeal was struck down today by High Court judges Naomi Shivute and Herman January after they found Coleman did not provide substantial or compelling evidence that his conviction and sentence was misdirected. The court also found that the complainant in the matter was a credible witness, and the court had no cause to interfere with the magistrate of the regional court's decision of last year. The National Road Safety Council released the official festive season report 2021-2022 to provide information on the effectiveness of efforts by various road safety stakeholders to reduce deaths and injuries on Namibia's national roads. In addition, the event, which was attended by transport company managers and high-ranking officials, was intended to help the road safety subsector assess which points need to be improved in order to curb motor vehicle-related accidents and fatalities in the future. Get all these stories in your daily newspapers every weekday. Stick around, we'll be talking about academic excellence in our community talk. All right, let's get into our community talk. With the AS level results released yesterday, Salma Kalimbo, Denison High School's top performer, shares her plans for the year, while Elizabeth Shopala reflects on the past year as an AS level student.
Hey, with me here is Salma Kalimbo, who I understand is the top performer here at Denison High School. The smile says everything. How are you feeling?
I have no words, actually. I'm just, wow.
Tell us about your results. What symbols did you get and what subjects did you have?
I had chemistry, biology, physics, mathematics, and English, and I got straight A's.
Wow. What are your plans for the year?
I want to do medicine, so these results are going to help me, you see.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
So, can you still apply, or have you already applied, or what's the, what? Just just give us the lowdown.
I still have to apply, so that's
So you're
something.
taking a bit of a break this year.
Yeah, something like that.
Okay. Please don't get lazy.
I will not. No, there's no way.
So you're just going to take it easy this year.
Yeah, just chill a little bit, you know.
Awesome. Now, what is your message to the other learners that didn't perform so well? What would you like to tell them?
Try again, definitely. Because I'm not gonna lie, this year it was tough because I failed physics especially. I was failing my tests and then I made sure to like put in the extra work. So just take the time to work harder, you know. Yeah.
Awesome. Congratulations, Selma.
Thank you.
Okay, with me here is Elizabeth Shupala. Now, Elizabeth, the AS level results are out. How would you describe the year?
Sure, the year was hectic, I think, to put it in a word. There was a lot of readjusting. It was a new process. We really did feel like university students with the pressure that was put on us. But I think now more than ever we are strong as potential first years. We know how to handle it. AS was very research based and on your own. So we are equipped in that department.
Awesome. Now, your results, is it what you were expecting?
But disappointed is one subject, but all in all I think I did well. I think I pushed myself to the limit and my results are a reflection of that hard work.
Awesome. Now, what are your plans for the year? What's next?
Hopefully I would like to get into School of Medicine and pursue a medical degree, and apart from that I would really like to just strengthen my student activism side and just be out there, make myself known, and as I adjust to this new place and environment, I really just want to pronounce myself as a force to be reckoned with.
Awesome. And then just finally your message to other learners.
I think don't take it too hard on yourself. I think it sounds a bit cliche, but it's really true. Try to work as hard as possible, but do not overdo it. Rest, watch a movie here and there, because your mental health really matters.
Awesome. Thank you, Elizabeth.
Thank you.
Well done, ladies. Now, Mr. Sakaria Elu, principal of Gabriel Tapopi Secondary School, has congratulated Tulimeyano Shatona and Ndatelela Njamba for making the list of the top 10 AS level learners in the country. Have a look.
Yesterday, 2 learners from Gabriel Tapopi Secondary School topped the charts of the most of the well-performing learners, and these learners are Tulimeyano Shatona and Ndatela Njaba. They are learners from Gabriel Tapopi Secondary School, and in the footage you can see the staff members of Gabriel Tapopi Secondary School celebrating the results of their 2 exceptionally well-deserved learners. It has also been reported that these learners have always contributed to the school's academic performance, and the next video is a video of the principal, Mr. Elu, congratulating the learners for their well performance and their plans for their studies. Have a look.
At least they are the first institution to deliver the results of the AS of our learners last year. And of course, when we were thinking of how to get them, Namibia Media Holding was already at hand and they delivered the results already. So we are very thankful for that. Of course, one other thing to appreciate about is when the results were announced, our school happened to have 2 learners among the top 10 learners. That on its own is something to be grateful about. And of course, amidst the challenges that we had, COVID-19, school closures, the very first time that we had to offer AS, and of course the struggle to cover the syllabus, one really has to be thankful for the accomplishment that has been achieved. And I just have to indicate that it is not always easy, but of course if one is willing and one is determined, that should be both learners and staff members, it's always possible. Learners must just remember always to be disciplined. No matter how much they are struggling, the level of discipline would always assist them to achieve their best. I'm saying this because the 2 girls that are among the top in the country are actually very good girls. they always try and they are always happy at all times. So we look forward for the academic year 2022, and of course I wish each and every candidate the best in this academic year. Thank you.
Certainly worth celebrating. Now, the 10 Namibian dollar note has a fresh look. More on that in our economic news after the break. This is Sunset News and this is economic news. The Bank of Namibia today launched a modified 10 Namibian dollar banknote with the signature of Bank of Namibia Governor Johannes Kawahab as an enhanced security feature. Philippus Usiku reports the new note will run concurrently with all existing banknotes accepted as legal tender in the payment of goods and services in Namibia. Kawahab said the Namibian economy is highly cash dominated. Over 15 million ATM withdrawals totaling 36.9 billion Namibian dollars were conducted in 2021. Ensuring public trust and confidence in our money is at the heart of what central banks do. Money can only play its fundamental role if that trust and confidence is maintained. That motivates the bank's core objective of price stability so that people can be confident of the value of their money over time and financial stability to be able to access and use it when and where they want to, Kawahab said. Let's get into your economic indicators. The Namibian dollar is down against most major currencies, although it held its ground against the Chinese yuan. There was very little movement on the NSX, with most company stock values staying the same. Trustco shares closed down, and although the local index was up with 0.69%, the overall index is down with 0.22%. Commodities were all up, with Brent crude oil up with 1.8%. That was economic news and indicators. Stick around for your weather. Let's get straight into your weather. Scattered rain showers are expected over the weekend in the northeast and central inland, thanks to a renewed low-pressure system that has been rapidly developing, with even heavy rains possible in the Oshodonjupa and Kunene regions. That's what Chief Meteorologist Odilo Khobetsi said yesterday when asked by the AZ. For the first time, however, he is not concerned about the impact of Tropical Cyclone Batsirai on Namibia. According to forecasts, the storm is expected to hit Madagascar this evening and a considerable impact is feared. The storm's sustained wind speed was reported yesterday at 166 kilometers per hour, with gusts exceeding 220 kilometers per hour. Batsirai has already caused significant property damage and injuries on the islands of Mauritius and Reunion. Let's look at your weather forecast. Closer to home, Omaruru will be the hottest place in the northern half of Namibia tomorrow with 33 degrees. Windhoek, Gobabis and Rehoboth will be the coolest at 17 degrees. In the south, both Mariento and Keetmanshoop will experience a high of 34 degrees. 22 degrees will be the highest at the Central Coast. All right, that was our weather. You know what's happening in Namibia and Africa. Your international news after the break. This is Sunset News, and this is your international news story. China's President Xi Jinping is poised for his first face-to-face meeting with a world leader in nearly 2 years on Friday, when he hosts Russian counterpart Vladimir Putin, with the pair drawing closer as tensions grow with the West over Ukraine and other issues. Xi has not left China since January 2020, when the country was grappling with its initial COVID-19 outbreak and locked down the central city of Wuhan, where the virus was first detected. He is now readying to meet more than 20 leaders as Beijing kicks off a Winter Olympics it hopes will be a soft power triumph and shift focus away from a build-up blighted by diplomatic boycott and coronavirus fears. Xi and Putin will meet in the Chinese capital before their nations release a joint statement reflecting their common views on security and other issues, a top Kremlin advisor said at a press briefing on Wednesday. Now, boxing icon Manny Pacquiao vowed on Friday that if elected Philippines president, he would strengthen efforts to recover billions of dollars of wealth missing since the fall of the Marcos dictatorship as part of his anti-graft platform. Pacquiao's comments are a jab at rival and early favorite Ferdinand Marcos Jr., whose family was accused of plundering an estimated $10 billion during his late father's opulent two-decade rule, spending it on jewelry, real estate, and scores of artworks, including those of Pablo Picasso and Claude Monet. Pacquiao said the Presidential Commission on Good Government, which recouped $3.41 billion of wealth from the Marcoses and their associates in 33 years, would be empowered to recover more if he wins the May 9 election. Despite being overthrown in a 1986 revolt and driven into exile, the Marcos family remains a powerful force in the Philippines, with loyalists through the bureaucracy and political and business elite. All right, that was your international news. Let's stick around and find out what we'll be looking forward to with regards to sport. Now in your sports news, we start off in the world of cycling. A lot will be at stake when Namibia's top cyclists line up for the Nedbank National Championships this weekend. With the National Championships being the main selection race for the Commonwealth Games in July, a great battle can be expected as Namibians' top cyclists vie for national colours as well as a spot on the Commonwealth Games team. Now, the third leg of Athletics Namibia's Coca-Cola Grand Prix will take place at Windhoek's Independence Stadium this weekend. The Grand Prix consists of 10 legs. The first 2 legs attracted close to 200 athletes from 18 clubs hailing from across the country. Christine Mboma and Beatrice Masilingi, who were part of the first toe legs, will be missing in action as they have turned their attention to preparing for major global events. Now in boxing, former unified world champion Julius Indongo returns to the scene of his greatest triumph, the United Kingdom, hoping to revive his career. Blue Machine faces Welsh favourite Chris Jenkins in Cardiff tomorrow. Indongo's last outing in the UK saw him dominate 3-weight world champion Ricky Burns of Scotland. Those were our sports stories, your highlights after the break. Thank you for staying with Sunset News. Let's get into the highlights from today's stories. Northern businessman Sindano Hango was this morning sentenced to 15 years in jail in the Oshakati Regional Court for raping his cousin in 2014. He was initially acquitted, but the Oshakati High Court convicted him in February 2021 after the state appealed the acquittal. The National Petroleum Corporation of Namibia today described the recent announcement of another oil find off the coast of Namibia as proof of the country's hydrocarbon potential. Managing Director Emmanuel Mulunga emphasized the role that black gold can play in future prosperity. Government recently emphasized that the commercial viability of the deposit remains to be seen. A man convicted to nearly 3 decades in prison for the 2019 kidnapping and rape of a woman in Windhoek has failed in his bid to have the conviction and sentence overturned. Bradley Coleman's appeal was struck down today by High Court judges Naomi Shivute and Herman January after they found Coleman did not provide substantial or compelling evidence that this conviction and sentence was misdirected. Make sure you join Sunset News on Facebook and on all the NMH websites on weekdays, as well as on our website oneup2.com daily from 7:30 for the freshest news and stories from Namibia and the world. We'll be back same time, same place on Monday evening. Sunset News. Don't end your day without us.